far, coming up the middle, free safety, gotta get it go. Allen steps up, jumps over the defenders to pick up the first. Now, the sideline to use a Curry, way downtown,
All rise, and welcome to tonight's show on the Playbook. We're going to be talking baseball, football, college football, and all things in between. But mainly, we're going to start off tonight with some good old baseball talk. I'm Jared. This is Zach, and let's talk some Aaron Judge.
Oh my God,
62, baby, without PEDs.
I don't
Think about it. The only people to ever hit more than that took performance-enhancing drugs.
Supposedly.
Yeah, come on. There ain't no supposedly about
They
that.
never admitted it, and I mean,
Hey, still though, big thing for him, man. 62.
oh, yes.
I mean, that's amazing. He's got tonight, and I would like to see. It'd be awesome if he could get at least
tonight.
one more.
He's not playing. No, they don't have him in the lineup.
Are you serious? Because like he said last night, he was playing.
No, they don't have him in the lineup. Unless let me double check that real quick.
Discount double check that right now.
Because I don't think they have him in the lineup.
He was supposed to play.
But anyways, while we're checking this out,
But 62 home runs surpasses Roger Maris, and Roger Maris Jr. was the first one to come out with a tweet saying something about the whole.
Oh.
He's the first person to actually hit 62 home runs, get past Roger Maris, and do it without taking PEDs, which is, I mean, hey, come on. 62 home runs in a season alone is huge. But, I mean, I'd like to see if he did play tonight.
Yankees slugger Aaron Judge was out of the lineup a day after hitting his American League.
Oh, that's
62 home run.
Well, he ended the season with 62. More props to him. I mean, that's amazing.
.004 away from the Triple Crown.
He missed it
in batting average.
So why'd they put? Why? I wonder why they sat him.
Because playoff bound, baby.
I mean, I get that part, but
screw single accomplishments. It's all about that ring.
Well,
ring.
I get where you're at. I'm nervous about the playoffs for the Yankees in that notion, but there is one more thing about Judge I would like to bring up.
What's up?
It's his final year in New York.
Supposedly, and I've heard from many. I've been listening to a lot of radio shows about talking about Aaron Judge. I personally don't think he doesn't leave, just for a simple fact of the prestige of playing for the Yankees. You've been there your whole career. The Yankees are going to throw the checkbook out on him.
Well, they only offered him $213.5 million in this past year, and he turned it down. I know. I was listening to a few different reports as well, saying that the number is going to be around like $300 million minimum.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're gonna actually have to come out with the checkbook like they did for Alex Rodriguez
And
back
Mike
in the day.
Oh, Alex Rodriguez.
Well, think about it. They signed him $275. So what I'm saying is like they're actually gonna have to like pay some money for this.
Oh, they're
guy.
going to pay money, and then, but with the Aaron Judge, like the only two teams, like if he goes to these two teams, it's going to hurt the Yankees' legacy more than just be like, oh, y'all lost the one. Is if he goes to Boston or across the street, the Queens.
So I heard the Queens talk.
But there's talks with Boston too.
Really?
And
if you think about it, that would be some crazy shit because we took Babe Ruth from Boston.
Yeah, that's
and
what
he
I'm
left
saying.
his legacy in New York. So
What I'm saying,
would
with
that
New York-
would that not be crazy if he left New York to go to Boston?
With New York, y'all don't lose the Babe Ruth,
Bro.
The Alex Rodriguez is
Judge, don't go.
He's leaving y'all.
No, don't say that. One of the big players I heard though was the Giants. I heard the San Francisco Giants would throw the paycheck at him just like they did for Barry Bonds back in the day.
I don't know. Like, me personally, I don't think you should be paying for a hitter like that because it's a pitching-heavy league.
Yeah.
But that's why I don't get paid billions of dollars to run that organization.
I'm kind of with you on this. I think I would like to see him stay in New York, obviously. Mm-hmm. Hence the Yankee jersey tonight. But I really hope he doesn't go to the Mets.
Yeah,
But I think
me neither for being a Braves fan.
I think he stays with the Yankees. I really do.
So, speaking about Aaron Judge and how they sat him today during the playoffs are locked and set with your teams being from the AL. You have Houston at number 1,
Yep.
Yankees at number 2, Just to be sure of all this, let me
I think we got.
let me get this picture up for y'all. The playoff bracket, and that is going to be. Oh, they don't. Do they have it up? Here we go. For the AL, you have Houston, number 1, Yankees, number 2. Number 3, you have the Cleveland Guardians.
I know that's still. I'm sorry, but that name's still hard for me to grasp.
Yeah. Number 4, you have the Blue Jays.
Yep.
Number 5, you have the Seattle Mariners, who just broke a playoff drought. So congratulations, Mariners. And then number 6, you have basically our home team, the Tampa Bay Rays.
I would say that.
It's between them and Atlanta.
It's funny. No, it's funny you say that because of where we're located at. Yes, I could see the Braves being more of the hometown favorite.
And before I ask you some questions about the playoffs, let me break down the NL. So number 1, you have the Los Angeles Dodgers, basically the New York Yankees in the NL.
Yeah.
Number 2, you have our Atlanta Braves. Number 3, you have St. Louis. Number 4, you have your cross the street team. Mets.
They couldn't even squeak out one against the Braves to clinch.
Oh, dude. And they were up by like 10.5.
That's what I'm saying. But go ahead.
It's awful. And then number 5, you have the Padres.
The Padres, and I feel like the Padres should have been a much better team than
they got the name. It's just they couldn't gel at the right time.
Boy, them boys got the players too. They spent money on players, and for them to be kind of like coming in as a wild card is just it shouldn't be that way for the amount of money they paid on players.
And then number 6, you have the third NL East team, the Phillies.
Phillies are up and down scary. I think the Phillies can make a run in this playoff.
So that's my next question. As of right now, who do you have winning the playoffs? Going to the World Series.
Going to the World Series?
I won't ask you to name a winner.
I think it's going to come down to the Yankees and the Astros in the AL.
Yeah, you think number 1, number 2 is going to fight it out?
I mean, they both got the biggest bats. And I think the Astros just have a little bit. I think the Astros just have a little bit better pitching right now.
I mean, starter wise, I would give it to Yankees, but overall depth, I would say Astros too.
That's where I'm at. Like depth wise, the Astros just they've been doing it. They've been doing it now for a while, so they kind of like know how to. They built a roster, if you know what I mean. Out of the NL, I think it's going to be. I think it's after watching this past weekend. I think it's going to be the Dodgers and the Braves again.
So number 1, number 2. And here's why I'm getting at that is I think the Braves, not being biased or anything, are peaking at the right time. They're playing their best ball when it matters coming into October.
I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, shit, they're pulling the big wood out now. Dude, them boys bombing shit every time they come out of the plate.
And they don't have the names such like how the Yankees have DeGrom.
Yeah.
They have all them. And the Dodgers who just have solid role guys, great depth. I want to say they're going to push the World Series, but I don't want to seem too biased.
No,
I really like the Yankees.
I like the Yankees too,
not
obviously.
Yankees, but Braves.
But what I guess what I'm trying to get to is like, did you see the Braves doing what they're doing now, losing Freddie Freeman?
Yes and no, because Matt Olson, he ain't Freddie Freeman.
Yeah.
But he is not a huge downgrade. And with what's it called? With the Braves, they did the same thing last year. They had a slump. They came back and won the NL East.
So would that not be beautiful for it to be a matchup between the Dodgers and the Braves, and the Braves pulling that out and just sending Freddie Freeman home?
Oh, I love.
Think about it. I know you love Freddie because he was a longtime Brave. But what I'm saying though is like,
can we just pack him with us to the World Series? Like, come on, Freddie. We still got your jersey.
See, that would be like Judge leaving us to go to Boston.
Oh no, y'all Yankees fan are just too like y'all are too full of piss and anger.
Oh.
If Judge would leave, y'all are like, oh, Judge.
But
his record don't stand.
But we'd still miss him.
Oh yeah, y'all miss him deep inside.
Oh hell yeah. But that's what I'm saying. We'd be like,
his record doesn't count. He wasn't on PEDs.
Hey, can you just jump on the plane with us?
just come
play like 3 games with us.
Oh Lord. Going from one playoff setting to another, we have had an interesting week in college football, wouldn't you say?
It was very interesting week in college football, and I mean there was some games that should have been won by certain teams, but just could not win. And I'm going to start off with TCU over Oklahoma. I did not see this kind of ass whooping coming.
Oh, dude.
TCU's quarterback blew them out of the water.
Oklahoma shouldn't even be. Are they even ranked anymore?
No.
Oh,
God, no.
Please.
But TCU did move up in the top 20.
Yeah, because I'm looking at some of the stats right here. Ready?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Passing leader.
Let's go.
Wrong one. Max Dugan.
Dude, Dugan was amazing. That boy threw the ball all over the yard and ran all over the yard. We spoke about this last week.
Yeah, when I was talking about the infamous Big 12 defense.
Yeah, and I was like, Brent Venable does not have that. You know what I'm saying? Like, comes from Clemson. He was just like a defensive-minded guy. And I am just chewing all over my words right now. And soak it up over there, big man, because you hit it on the money.
Oh, I told you. Like, once you enter the Big 12, they make you sign a contract.
Is that what it is?
They said, hey, you see this thing, defense?
Look,
we don't play it. You're going to the SEC, then you can practice defense.
But the crazy thing is there was no offense. Like, Big 12's what? Offense and no defense, right?
I'm telling 55 points is no offense?
No. Usually in a Big 12 game, it's like 55
OU
to
is
42.
The new Kansas.
But what?
OU is the new Kansas.
God. Yes. Are they?
I pray.
Oh, my God. That would be so amazing.
Oh, my God.
I love Kansas's uniforms, too. So, like, that would be amazing.
Oh, just it switched the keep having Kansas and Oklahoma. But no, Oklahoma's too big of a school to let that happen.
Hit us with another stat from that.
So, with your rushing leader, you have Kendra Miller. Have you heard of him?
No. How many rushing yards did this dude have?
He had 136.
Dang, bro, 136. Well, I mean, and
I'm going to tell you. Ready?
Yeah.
The week before that against SMU, he had 142 yards. Oh, mind you, this 136.
142.
This 136 yards is off of 13 carries.
That's a nice average.
That is. Oh, but this 142 was off of 17 carries.
Dude, making some. So, I mean, is that offensive line really that good in TCU? Well, you do know where the coach came from, right? He was the old SMU coach.
I'm telling you this right now. Ready? Big 12. Say it with me. Defense.
Are you telling me TCU is going to win this conference?
No, baby. I got my money on Kansas.
Kansas. Hey, we should actually go to DraftKings or something and make a move on Kansas.
I wish it's illegal in Florida.
What?
Yep, you can't bet in Florida.
Upsets
me too. What's the next game you got for us?
Well, the next game I got is another undefeated team I did not see being undefeated, but I guess maybe it's due their time. Is Chip Kelly's UCLA versus Washington. They won 40-32. It was a game that they had Washington winning.
Yeah, because Washington seemed like the better team.
Well, not this past Saturday. It was UCLA coming out on top. And
are we going to see a battle of Los Angeles?
I think we could this year.
UCLA versus USC?
Would that not be amazing?
Oh, dude. I would
imagine if they both rolled in undefeated.
Oh, dude.
That would be the first time in, like, forever. Since the
early
2000s. I'd say early 2000s was like the last time they were both relevant. And we're making noise.
I mean, I felt like they've been relevant like 1 year in the past, like handful of years. I can't remember.
Like the last year of Pete Carroll being there?
No, like when everyone was like, "Oh, USC's the number." It was the year that they played Alabama for the opening.
Oh, and got destroyed.
Oh yeah, Alabama was like.
Let me show you where you belong. Hey, go
this
back
ain't
to
early
California.
2000. Find a time machine, pick up Reggie Bush, pay him some more, and go back.
Way back.
Yeah. Which.
How about I got this one's a little bit more local to home.
Yeah.
Auburn and LSU.
I wanted no one to win this game.
I wanted Auburn to kind of win this game.
Don't you ever say that around me again.
The only reason is I hate LSU that much more. But what the reason they finally put a new quarterback in, and he was actually showing some light. And then at the end, LSU just sort of stepped on that light. And another reason why I like to see LSU lose is it's just always fun watching Brian Kelly lose.
See, here's my thing. I'm going to say this nice and slow for the audience at home. Auburn is a piece of trash school that doesn't belong to be in the SEC. Go play with your Mountain West, you sorry assholes. And then LSU.
Well, you're
same.
But you're just being this way because they're both in the SEC West with your team, and
no.
Auburn just happens to be like your just hated rival.
No, they're like the little brother. We don't care. They get lucky a couple of
They're
times.
like Florida State to our Florida.
No,
they're our little brother up there.
But even Florida State has
not
comparable history and all that. But it's not as Auburn only has a handful of national championships.
So does FSU.
Yeah, but not Alabama.
Well, I mean, again, we had this conversation last week about Alabama. You guys win everything right now, so we're just waiting for Nick Saban to retire or die.
He would never. we already got robots with his brain ready.
So the rest of the SEC is just kind of waiting on him to either retire or die right now, so we can actually
find out who's the next one.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's next in line?
Or maybe just shuffle this thing around every so many years.
Yeah, no, but this Auburn LSU game, it was an interesting game to watch. I kept switching it back and forth between another game, and it was just a fun game to watch.
It was fun because it was young.
It was young, and I didn't care who won or lost.
Yes, that. But it was going back to the young part. It was a new quarterback for LSU. It was a new quarterback for Auburn. You know what I'm saying? It's a brand new coach to LSU with Brian Kelly, and Auburn's coach is kind of on the hot seat right now, and I think he literally is about his heel is out the door already.
All jokes aside, Auburn's football program's on the hot seat.
Oh no, it really is, and I like their head coach. I feel bad for him, man, because you are in a rough division.
You're in the rough division in.
The SEC West is probably the toughest division in all of college football, in my opinion.
No.
Who else is competing? Maybe the Big Ten, whatever side Ohio State's in with Michigan. No, they're in separate sides.
But see, there's a big drop off. No, not really anymore. This year, there's not really. There's Alabama, obviously.
If Jimbo Fisher knew how to fully coach, he would have a good team because he's got the number 1 recruiting class. So on paper, it should be Alabama, it should be A&M, it should be Georgia, even though they're in the East. But what I'm saying though is it's all SEC teams, but but SEC West wise, you got 2 of the top powerhouse recruiters, 1 and 2.
Yeah, I don't understand how Jimbo's a good recruiter.
Money.
Yeah, I mean,
money talks. But there's that's a tough conference. Even Ole Miss. Ole Miss is getting good.
Mississippi State.
Mississippi State's good with freaking Leaches throwing the ball all over the place. So what I'm saying is for Auburn, and this is our ADHD kicking out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We were talking about Auburn. I mean, we're somewhat accurate. They're both in the SEC West, and LSU sucks just as much this year.
Kind of hate to see Auburn lose though. I'd love to see Brian Kelly lose. I like watching Brian Kelly lose. So I hate 21-17. LSU came back from behind, made a big win. Let's move on to a big, it was almost an upset.
Oh, dude, I know which one you're talking. I'll let you take this one.
Well, it's another one of them teams where we question how the hell did you get into the Southeastern Conference, because you were so far west and north that it doesn't make sense. And I'm talking about Mizzou. Mizzou held Georgia to 26 points. And mind you, they didn't pull off the win until the end of the goddamn game. And I feel like the only reason they pulled off that win is because they have depth.
Yeah, no, I was watching that game, and if Mizzou had a shred of offensive capability...
Oh, my God, dude. They had the game.
If they could move the ball. They didn't have to score.
Their defense was doing decent.
They had to move the ball.
Yep.
Which I can't really crap on Mizzou because they just held the number 1 team at the time. Now number 2.
I like how you did that.
Snake is snaky.
Snake is snaky.
Snake is snake. But with Mizzou just... You could have had it, which would have been the upset of the year.
Dude, they've never beat a number one, like an AP ranked number one team. They've never beat them, and they were literally 7 minutes away from it? Was it
5 minutes?
I mean, dude, it was ridiculous. Their defense was like, I can see how their defense was so tired and couldn't hold them by the end of the game because their defense was on the field like the whole damn game.
Yeah, no, they're off. Like, I don't understand.
Their defense was awesome against Georgia, and I hope the rest of the conference takes notes on Missouri's defense and what they ran against Georgia because they're strong.
Tennessee needs to do that.
Yeah. But 26-22, UGA over, and this is another one of them weeks where I would not have put Georgia in this lineup because of the matchup.
To be honest, we should ask this question: is Georgia as good as we thought?
I think they are, but I feel as if
that's the thing.
That's the thinking part. And they should be. They should be.
They should, but they're not showing it
is
on
it because
the field.
Do you think it?
Here's what.
Do you think it's because all the defense they lost in the draft?
You want me to tell what this Georgia team reminds me of?
What's that?
And I was telling a buddy of mine this morning. This Georgia team reminds me of the 2010 Alabama Crimson Tide. Because in 2009, undefeated.
Yep.
Heisman winner.
Yep.
Beat Texas for a national championship. You have Julio Jones come back, Mark Ingram come back, Trent Richardson come back. Your whole offense and defense majority of them. What do you expect them to do?
Win.
We lose to South Carolina. We lose to LSU, and we lose to Auburn.
So you think it's the big head?
They're drunk. They're drunk off their own success.
And they're floating by right now.
Yes, because that
Bro,
year.
keep fucking floating. Sorry, that was strike one.
That's actually strike two.
Is that strike two? I'm gonna have
you said shh.
Oh, I'm talking about F1s.
But anyways, I could tell you that 2010 Alabama season, we smoke checked all three teams because our last team we played was against Florida at Alabama.
Yeah.
I was there personally.
Really?
Yep. And then we went to South Carolina with Steven Garcia. You ever heard of him play in the NFL again?
No, I haven't.
Exactly. Beat us, and then we lost. I can't remember who the quarterback was for LSU, but then we lost to Auburn when we were up 21-0. But they had Cam Newton.
That wasn't the field goal year, was it?
No. Field goal year was the last year of the BCS, 2014.
Yeah, Cam was their quarterback.
2010. He was their quarterback.
Okay. But moving.
Our ADHD's kicking in.
So let's roll back into some picks. Last week's games. This is a team that I don't think anybody saw doing anything, and this is the 5-0 Kansas Jayhawks, baby. Kansas Jayhawks. They beat Iowa State 14-11.
Dude, Kansas, keep doing what you're doing. You're making me proud,
bro. I love this Kansas team, and I guess what happens this weekend?
Oh, what happens this weekend?
They get College Game Day, baby.
Oh, who they play?
They play at TCU this weekend.
Oh,
we're gonna be talking about that in a minute.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about that.
5-0 Kansas.
5-0,
and they beat they were 4-0. So 4-0 Kansas playing a 3-1 Iowa State. Both of them, decent records. I know Iowa State's moving through a little bit of change right now because they lost Breece Hall and they lost their quarterback. Was it Patty?
I don't remember.
But they lost their two big offensive weapons last year. So it's a rebuilding kind of thing for them, but 14-11. I know it's kind of a weird score.
For a Big 12 game. I'm going to stick to this.
I'm with you. There's a lot of defense in this game.
Oh, a lot
in the Big 12.
The lawyers are pissed. They're like, we made you sign the contract.
But if you look at Kansas, they've been doing it all season so far.
Godly.
Cinderella? Could they be our Cincinnati?
No, they're
I know they're in the Big 12, but could they be the Cincinnati? Because Cincinnati, if they were in the Big 12, we'd be saying it like that.
Yeah, I would agree.
So they're like a Cinderella. Do you think they can keep this up?
Oh, yeah, until the playoffs, until they meet one of the two SEC teams that probably would make it, or the Big Ten team, and be like, oh well. Here we go.
Oh my God, that would be such an awesome story.
If Kansas makes it to the national championship, I will give someone an autograph, whoever you want, autographed jersey.
Oh, you pull that? Okay. So you saying just going to the championship game?
If they make it to the national championship game,
do they have to win it?
Nope. I just say make it. However we do it, I will give someone an autographed jersey of any sort.
Well, I mean, okay, we'll come up with the details on this. Mm-hmm. But okay, so if they win it, I'll go half with you.
Oh,
we'll throw in something else if they win it.
Oh, so
I was thinking like maybe a jersey.
So you're gonna go half with me on the jersey to someone.
Okay.
If they make it to a national championship, and if they win it, we'll basically double the prestige on the prize.
We'll figure it out. Because if they do that, that's some Cinderella shit right there.
Oh, dude, I would love it.
I'm gambling. I'm going to another state where I can bet on these
Georgia.
guys. Last game, and it's another one in the Big 12.
So you
wait.
I think that's it. I think you double.
I think I double clicked on something. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so one more thing I would like to talk about is we thought that last week was going to be some dud games.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about my pick'ems.
No, I'm just saying we thought that they were going to be dud games.
Oh yeah,
and it turned out to be a really good weekend. You want to kick off the pick'ems with our first game?
I'm going with my only win. My only win, which was Alabama versus Arkansas. It wasn't like the domination that we were expecting.
I mean,
Bryce
I
did get hurt.
I was fully expecting that.
But guess what? Our backups reload the process, Jared. Jahmyr Gibbs with 172 yards.
Dude, Jahmyr Gibbs killed it. And then who is y'all's backup quarterback?
His name is. Hold up.
Dude went ham.
I could tell you this here in a second.
Was it 73? Well, you're looking it up. Wasn't it like a 73-yard tutty he broke out for on his feet?
I think so.
I mean, it was insane. I once he went down, I was like, "Oh, this is it.
Oh, this is the game."
I said Arkansas is going to stay in this game. It could be something.
This is nope.
Yeah, Nick Saban was like, "Did you forget who I was?"
You forget what we talk about?
I keep the pros on the benches as well.
His name's Milroy.
Milroy?
Yeah. Let me see.
He's got to be from Alabama.
I don't know where he's from, but
that boy.
His name is.
He put on a clinic.
Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs. Oh, I lied. It was 172 in the game.
What was it?
On 18 carries, 206 yards.
Oh, that's okay. I thought he went over 200. Dude, Gibbs. Man, that's not. It's unfair, man. You took Jahmyr Gibbs from Georgia Tech, and so Georgia Tech's coach was just like, "Hey, bro, I got fired now," and Alabama was just like, "Hey, we just restocked."
Yeah, come on. No, but listen here. Bryce Young got injured in the second quarter.
Yep.
Still led the game in passing yards.
How much? What do you have? 173.
173.
173, and he went 1-1, right? 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
Yeah, and then Milroy, 4 for 9 for 65 yards. But that's
4 for 9 though, bro. That's just shy of 50%.
But that's not the stat I want to talk about.
Okay, what's up?
He ran 6 times for 91 yards with a 77-yard carry.
Do you think a lot of that was because it was his first game and he's not used to having understanding the patience in the pocket fully?
I just think
run.
Forrest, run.
I mean, that's kind of what I thought too. Because watching him throw a couple times, man, he had a nice.
Yeah, he had a nice
cannon.
arm, and I'm actually happy for Alabama.
But I mean, that was kind of the easiest pick of the weekend if you think about it. Even though it was like a top 25 matchup, it really wasn't. I think if I look back, I think my score was close to 49 to something.
Oh yeah.
But how about Wake Forest and FSU?
FSU.
We just talked them up.
I gave you faith.
I know, and I as a Gator fan, I'm kind of I don't need to be talking like this. And then, Free Shoes University. We're donating fucking wins over here.
Oh my God.
That's 2. But we're donating wins over here. Hey, we're in the top 25 now. And good night, everyone. We had fun.
Hey, we had fun. We see you over there, Kansas, but we don't want none of this.
We don't want none of that.
We see Florida on rank 2, so let's just go over this way.
Sam Howell rolled into Florida State, was like, yeah, this smells like my house.
Yeah. No, you can't really say that because it was somewhat of a close game. A 10-point game in college,
Look, if you watch the game, that score, it does kind of show how the game went, but Wake looked like they were kind of owning the game.
Wake was in control
of the time.
majority of the game,
Yeah.
which, I mean, I don't hate FSU. I hate FSU fans.
I guess my biggest thing about the game, though, is like usually we look at Wake kind of like we look at Duke.
And Vanderbilt.
But I mean, in the ACC wise,
Sometimes I kind of forget they're different schools. I think sometimes they're the same because the colors.
But Wake Forest and Duke, I see them similar, and it's kind of cool to see both of them progressing up the chain, if you will. Like
They're still low. No, they're actually jumped over Miami, I would say.
they're ranked in the top 25.
Duke's
And-
ranked?
Wake Forest.
Oh, I was about to say, I didn't know Duke was ranked.
No, I don't think Duke is ranked right now, but what I'm saying though is Wake Forest is a good ranked team. That was a good win, 31-21 over Florida State in their own house. That was a good solid performance by their defense.
Yeah, it was. But I think people got a little bit too excited with FSU.
I did a little bit. I was like, Mike Norvell's fourth. Well, if you talk to a Florida State fan, because of all the COVID stuff and everything like that, that one year the ACC did some weird stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of Seminole fans call it his 3.5 year, if you will, or whatever it is. But this is his year to show stuff, and that's what I've been talking about all preseason, all the beginning of this season. I think that this is Mike Norvell's year, and I feel like this is a bump in the road for them.
Oh,
But this is an adversity test. Like, hey, you guys have been good to this point.
you all got hit in the mouth.
Here's a nice shot to your face. What are you going to do with it?
Yes, and it was a shot to my face because I
Pick them.
picked them.
And I did too.
Damn it.
That was my one loss on the week.
Damn it. Well, the next game I really want to talk about is another loss on my which is Ole Miss and Kentucky.
I mean,
Kentucky, all you had to do was not fumble the ball. Not turn it over. Nothing. And we would have won the game. We would have won.
did you see Will Levis on whenever he jammed his finger?
Oh,
it
dude,
it was like I'm retarded. Like, what happened, bro? And to still stay in the game and play like a monster.
Until he fumbled at the...
I feel bad for him. I really do.
I mean, that was a clean fumble.
It was a real clean fumble, but I picked Ole Miss in this game because it was in Ole Miss. I was like, all right, giving them the home field advantage. You know, they weren't ranked as high as Kentucky, but Kentucky always does this. They'll be primed to win it all.
And then
They'll play to a team's level and lose.
Yeah. Hate to see it. What's the next game you got on the schedule? I know all of them are going to make me depressing.
Next game I have is Oklahoma State 36, Baylor 25. Told you that offense was firing off, baby.
Cowboys. Oh, the fucking Cowboys.
Hey, man.
That's strike one for me.
I think it's pretty cool. We're trying to figure out how many times we do this and figure out if we need to put a coin jar in the middle so we don't
pay for better equipment, probably. Hey, we got to talk to the manager about a budget.
But Oklahoma State wearing the all whites and Baylor wearing their all highlighters. Their yellows.
The yellow.
The yellows. I think they look pretty cool. But I was a little disappointed in Baylor's defense, even though it's the what conference?
Oh. Big 12, known for defense. Like I'm telling you right now, like I don't understand how they're not DBU, LBU, defensive tackle U, safety U. Like it's just defense.
It's offense U.
It makes people like Colt McCoy, who everyone was like, oh my God,
he threw for 7,000 yards.
He gets to the NFL.
Hey,
what?
bro, why can't you hit that guy running an out route? He's being covered, coach.
Son, you know what's over there? We don't know. We from Big 12. That's just extra offensive players. No, dummy. That's defense. Oh, what?
I'm telling you, the Big 12, I just thought, I'm sorry I even mentioned that they had defenses earlier.
God, it's just
in this season. But 36-25, Oklahoma State's rolling along, man. I think Oklahoma State they're making a nice push for the Big 12 championship though. This will be the second year in a row. They beat Baylor for the championship last year. I think they've retained quite a few pieces.
Oh, dude, Oklahoma State
they're steaming along right now.
It's a good race in the Big 12 between Kansas, Oklahoma State.
No, I agree with you. But let's jump out of the Big 12 and hit our nightcap for that weekend, and that was
some ACC football.
Some ACC football, and that was who, Zach?
That's NC State versus the Clemson Tigers, which
was a top 10 matchup, bro.
Damn it, NC State!
I know.
Damn it! You picked Clemson, didn't you?
I did, but I wanted NC State to win.
Yeah, no, NC State.
I gambled with knowing what's going to happen type of thing. Saying like you kind of figured Clemson would win at home, but come on, NC State.
Yeah, I mean,
it seemed like the refs.
Better luck next time.
Seems like the refs were against them a little bit.
I mean, I'm not here for. But
what'd you get
last week? You, Jared, went 4-1.
I did.
I went the complete opposite, baby. 1-4.
Hey,
I'll try to do better this week.
You will do better this week.
I'll try to do better this week. So, oh man, so we got some early playoff looks.
Yeah, so I could see a couple teams kind of pushing forward here a little bit, and I have 2 out of the Big Ten that I like, and that's Ohio State and Michigan, man. Michigan playing lights out right now.
So
2 years in a row.
You saying either or one is going to hit it?
So this is one of them crazy years where I could see only maybe one SEC team making it to the playoffs. I feel like something's going to shake it up, and there's only going to be one SEC team, and I think this could be a potential year where you have 2 Big Tens in.
I mean, people will like the difference.
That's what I'm saying. It's what are these games called? They're called entertainment.
Yeah, but
and
you also got to think,
money.
though, they got to make it somewhat logical, and Ohio State, Michigan play.
How have we made it logical out of the SEC for the past, since it began? Usually it's like 2 SEC programs.
I mean,
understanding that it's well deserved. I'm not saying anything about that, but to completely change the script up and have per se two Big Tens because you do have 2 powerhouses actually competing right now.
But here's the thing, though. They play in the regular season against each other. Why, let's say in Alabama, Georgia, they don't play in the regular season, but they play in the conference championship. And let's say they're both 1 and 2.
Yeah, but I think there's going to be a little bit more of a shakeup this year. Somewhere along the lines, there's going to be some kind of a shakeup.
I don't see it with the Big Ten, at least, just because they kind of make all their powerhouses play in season.
Yeah.
To show the one true champion.
I like Ohio State and Michigan making a push for the playoffs. So
whoever wins, is that game's in
the last game of the season
in Ohio State.
In Ohio State this year.
Yeah,
Ann Arbor pulled it off at home last year.
And then,
first time in 8 years, baby.
But whoever wins that is going to make it to the playoffs. And then we were talking about this earlier. The SEC.
I mean, it's
the cream of the crop,
the championship crop.
Exactly.
I'm with you. My team's not quite there yet, but
y'all had y'all's time.
We did have our time.
2 years.
We'll make it back.
2 years.
We're coming back with a vengeance.
Y'all been saying that since
Tim Tebow.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're not going to talk about that.
He's a saint.
We're not talking about complete history right now. We are talking about some of the current. And as of current, I think out of the SEC, one of the teams I have is Georgia. I mean,
let's be honest though. I don't see the standard of it changing. Alabama, Georgia, unless Georgia.
Do you see anything sneaky happening, like a Tennessee maybe?
I can see Tennessee sneaking its way to the SEC East if they beat Georgia. Whoever wins Tennessee versus Georgia makes it.
So it's like an old school Florida-Georgia match where it was whoever won that game went to the championship. So you're saying it's kind of shifted to Tennessee and Georgia right now.
Yes, but with the SEC
kind of fell off after that loss.
SEC West, they just beat each other up, and Alabama's the last man standing.
It does always seem that way, but do you see any? I know it's a lot of Nick Saban's predecessors in the West, so it's his record against his predecessors is amazing.
He's only lost once.
2.
Oh, yep. Jimbo Fisher and
Kirby.
And Kirby.
But Do you think that starts shifting a little bit? I know they're restocked this year. They did it in the offseason.
So let me ask you this.
Do you think anybody knocks them off?
Let me ask you this. I'm going to list off teams, and I want you to tell me if they beat competitive, non-competitive when they play Alabama.
Okay, what you got?
Ole Miss.
Competitive.
Competitive.
I think it'll be competitive this year.
Texas A&M.
As shitty as they look right now, I would love to say competitive, but I'm going to say competitive I'm going to say competitive because Jimbo Fisher comes from the Nick Saban tree. I think it'll be competitive, but I don't think it'll be a win.
Okay. And I'm only going to name teams we haven't played in SC West.
There we go. Here we go.
Auburn.
Loss.
Like, they lose? Oh, LSU.
Horribly. Another L.
Mississippi
LSU.
State.
Competitive.
See,
the only
two teams I see left is Ole Miss and Mississippi State.
So you have no faith at all in
Texas A&M?
A&M?
No.
You don't think they could just Max Jones could come alive?
No, I don't think so.
Oh wait, they went back to King, didn't they?
Yeah, and it's in Alabama this year.
No, there's no competitive there. I'm sorry. King looks like his head doesn't fit in that helmet, so therefore makes me feel like he's a baby child and doesn't.
Like Kenny Pickett?
Oh my God, no. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah. We'll talk about Kenny Pickett in a little bit.
What's the next conference you got for us?
Well, I've got the Big 12 or the Pac-12. Is there anybody in those two conferences that you see coming out of those two to the
USC? USC, I could see sneaking way in. Kansas, Oklahoma State.
Oh, I love the Kansas pick. Oh, what about UCLA? You don't think Chip Kelly's got him? I mean, he's been there. He's been close before with Oregon, so he's running the same style offense.
They didn't make it to the playoff with Oregon.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, was that Chip Kelly? No, it wasn't.
That was Chip Kelly.
Are you sure?
Before he went to the NFL. Remember, he was running that 18-second offense in Oregon, and no one wanted to play him.
Oh yeah, because they played against Auburn.
Basically, Tennessee's running that same style offense in the SEC right now. Chip Kelly's running that same. Now he's running his offense like to his level, because that's the problem is no one gives coaches time to develop anything anymore, and Chip Kelly's system takes a little bit of time because you got to build endurance.
Yeah.
So and I don't know, man. I like your three picks with Kansas, USC. And what was the third?
Oklahoma State.
And Oklahoma State. I like those three picks, but I would also be intrigued with UCLA.
What about TCU? Just throwing every dark horse team.
I would say no to TCU because I'm gonna pick them to beat. I'm gonna pick them to lose to Kansas this weekend if it's one of our picks. I'm really digging Kansas right now.
Speaking about pick'ems, let's get into them.
Let's go.
I need my revenge. Give them to me. Feed me them.
Here we go. The first game we got on this roster, on this lineup, is College Game Day. It's a 12 p.m. game, and it is TCU at Kansas. It is going to be loud and full of crazy-ass Jayhawks.
It's like you wrote the story saying who you would pick early.
Bro, I'm all about it. I'm in it to win it right now.
We need to get with the producers here. This is kind of messed up.
I went 4-1 last week, baby, and I'm feeling hot and lucky this week.
I can only go up from here. So who you got with the first game?
I'm going Kansas over TCU. I think it's going to be a touch of a better game than last week for Kansas, and a little bit worse game for TCU coming off a huge win like that over Oklahoma. That's a big win for them. So I think Kansas pulls a big upset here, and I think they win 28-17 over TCU.
No, says the horny frog man.
What you got? You going horny frogs?
I got Kansas over TCU as well.
Here we go. Give me some. What's your score?
I feel like Kansas. It's going to be a 35-21 game.
Really? Okay.
It's going to be a good game.
Okay. We're kind of seeing the same.
12 p.m. Eastern on FS1.
Ooh, on FS1. I haven't watched the game on there yet.
Yeah, I think that's what it says. Yeah, FS1.
Well, then you know what? I'm gonna be tuning in at noon because if my team does play.
I got Fubo.
Ooh, I'm like, all right. Next game up is a thriller to me in the SEC, and this is gonna be a test game. It's Tennessee at LSU. The only advantage Tennessee has right now
is the uniforms.
and it's not a 7 p.m. game.
Oh yeah. God, I love them smoky uniforms though. That's
they
what
wearing
they're wearing.
Smokies?
Yeah, they're wearing Smokies.
Oh, I hate Tennessee so much, but I like those uniforms.
God, like every other team that I watch have killer uniforms. You got Alabama. Yeah,
We
what they
don't-
wear in the 60s?
We don't change.
We win championships, not change uniforms, bucko.
I think Tennessee takes this one.
Us. What you got score?
I got Tennessee 42, LSU 28.
Oh, Joe, baby doll, listen. I got Tennessee as well, but I got it 42
Okay.
to 14.
Ooh, that bad of a spanking.
Oh, LSU ain't not. What's LSU?
Well, the past
If
3
you-
weeks they've picked up.
Yeah, but they beat who?
Last week they beat Auburn.
Who?
Auburn.
Yeah. Let me tell you, they lost to FSU.
They did lose to FSU.
They did beat Mississippi State, so
You see what I'm saying?
I might be wrong, but
LSU's defense is still kind of there.
we'll see.
You know?
We'll see.
Even
We'll see
though
with
Brian
Tennessee.
Kelly's trying to destroy it, the defense is still there.
With that awful Southern accent.
I've
I
got-
do declare.
I've got a big one, and this is usually we don't talk about Pac-10,
Pac-12.
Pac-12 too much. You know what I'm saying? Usually we stay kind of like on the East Coast, kind of like to the, maybe
Where
the
we can watch
Northeast,
the games
kind of
without,
like where we
without
watch them in our time
old
zone.
ladies don't beat us up.
So I got a big one here, and it's actually at 3:30, and it's Utah at UCLA. Do you think it's going to be a test for UCLA?
Yes, actually I do. It's going to be a good game, and I think the Utes
Pull the upset?
pull it off 21-20.
Okay. Well, since you're going that route, I will go the opposite way because I was thinking Utes is the upset, and I want this to be shaken up a little bit. I'll go UCLA over Utah, and I'll go UCLA 37 to Utah 33.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm going with right there. We'll go UCLA since you're going Utah. And how about this? We got one left. This is both teams are coming off losses here. And kind of big losses because NC State finally getting into that top 10 ranking and FSU finally getting into the top 25. Both of them taking heartbreaking losses last weekend. I want to say NC State. Well, I'm going to say NC State over Florida State, 28-14, tight game.
I'm telling you right now, that's exactly what I was going to pick.
Really?
Score and everything.
It's just, I think it's going to be a dog fight.
Oh, it's going to be a dogfight. That's why I was like 28-14. But I'll change it up.
Okay.
The Big 12 sneaks his way in with defense.
Really?
35-38 NC State.
Ooh. Okay. All right. I like these picks we got for us this week.
And if you want to play with us at home, folks, always leave a comment who you think is going to win, lose, and compare it with us every week for the rest of football season, hopefully into different sports.
There we go. We're going to make it happen. Guys, let's talk a little bit of NFL.
We always got to hit our big brother football.
Well, it's just what we love.
Oh, yes. Got to love the NFL.
As much as I want to talk games and I want to talk fantasy right quick, we've been talking about this since last episode, and that is concussion protocol in the NFL. It's disappointing.
Got to change.
What? And it is changing. They're already changing some of the language in it to where if it looks like gruesome, fatigue with the body, you're going to be pulled out of the game as concussion protocol, like Tua had.
Yeah, but
whenever you have limp legs, you're coming out of the game.
They need to stay out the game.
And you're correct about that. That's kind of where they changed it to where, like, if you see something like that and then they pull out of the game, they're staying out of the game because that looks neurological. Now, here's where I'm going to kind of say I don't know how this is going to work because I feel like anytime, just sort of like how we saw Brait, Tampa's tight end.
Yep.
Come across the middle of the field, catch a ball, and literally helmet into the next guy's chest and falls flat the fuck out. Comes out, number 3. I said an F word.
You're out. You're out
But-
of here.
Comes out of the game for like a couple plays, and then they put him back in. They say they go through the concussion protocol, and they said it was a stinger. So here's my thing, and this is my question to you. Do you think concussions turn into, it was something with a back? Oh, it was a shoulder? Oh, it was something completely different from the head.
Here's my thing the NFL should implement, and that is if you have to even think about doing the concussion protocol, he's out the game. I don't care if you're like, no, he's not concussed. Once you administer that test,
you should be done for 10 days.
You should be out for minimum a week, and that's if you can get cleared by a medical professional.
Somebody outside the team?
Someone outside your organization. That's what I'm saying.
Because I feel like that's part of the issue as well, is you have these teams hiring third-party neurological doctors or experts. You know what I'm saying? And now they work for the team. So who are they looking in for? Are they looking for the player? Or are they looking for the team? Are
they looking for their income or the player's health? And that's why that's why they should do that. Like, let's just say you were playing in the league, you get hurt, and they're like, okay, concussion protocol. That's where you instantly go to the locker room and you call it a night.
100%. He should have come back out on the field against Buffalo. Well, we're talking about Tua here.
Yeah.
He should have come back out against Buffalo after halftime in just his jersey.
Yeah. Just supporting the team.
Supporting the team. And you would have had him for the Cincinnati game.
I don't even think he should have been in Cincinnati.
But at least you would have took the time and the steps to make it at least look like you were doing what you're supposed to.
That he's being advised not to play football again.
Are you serious? I did not see that.
By close relatives.
Okay, so it's like a family thing. Like, hey man, we just watched you get wrecked like numerous times, and you've been getting wrecked since Alabama. Like, time to hang it up.
No, like they're saying like his inner circle. So I would just say close relatives, but like.
Oh, okay. So like, okay, I see what you're saying.
We don't know who, but that's just a rumor.
No way. That would be crazy. And I feel super bad for the guy, man, because like came in with such high hopes. Miami kind of like just ruined him for the first couple of years. Like, hey, we don't even care about you, to be honest with you.
Like we're going
after
you.
Yeah, we're going after Deshaun. Just to let you know, we're going after Deshaun, and we don't care. And then Deshaun goes to Cleveland. And they're like, oh, hey, Tua, we're great. Hey, Tom, can you come down for a meeting? Oh, hey, Sean, can you come? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they've been treating this guy like shit for 3 years, and then now they've ruined his career. I hate this.
I want to change my pick with Miami Dolphins to lose every single game.
I would. I mean, especially if he's not ever gonna play again. Holy shit! That's you might as well throw the season away because you only got one first-round pick now.
Try it, baby, try it.
But going back to concussion protocol, man, I feel like there should be a lot of changes to this, and I feel like with the amount of spotters that teams have, with the players, with the coaches, with the neurological experts,
with the technology,
we should this should stop.
Yeah, and I hate when people are like, "Oh, it's football; they should be able to hit hard."
I love big hits.
I
love big hits,
but I hate unnecessarily big. Vontez Burfict on Antonio Brown.
Yep.
Which probably messed him up mentally for the rest of his life.
Yeah. So that's where I'm going.
They were
with
the type of hits I don't want to see.
No, I miss like the old Palomalu hits, the Ray Lewis hits, like the hits where like they put the shoulder into it and just drove you into the ground.
Yeah, like
had nothing to do with the head.
Stronger and stronger.
Yes.
Who's going to do it? But let's get off of this before we go down that rabbit hole.
Hey, hit us off with some of last week's games.
So the last week's games, we have a double doink junior.
Oh, a double doinker.
A double doink junior in London.
I feel bad for him because like as soon as I saw the double doink, you know what it reminded me of?
Chicago.
No, it reminded me of last year's Tucker kick in Detroit where it took the 2 bounces and went in.
Oh, can't get lucky.
So whenever I saw Lutz put that kick up, it was the second one at 61 yards, mind you. Mm-hmm. So that would have been one mad fantasy points.
Ooh.
But like,
you hate to see it.
I yes and no, because
and I hate to say this, but I know we did early season picks with Minnesota, but like, you're not looking too good, Minnesota.
Not at all. I expected to see a lot more out of Minnesota with this new offense, Jay Jettas. I mean, they're finally starting to get Thielen in there a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like the first 2 weeks, they were like, "Hey, we just know Justin Jefferson." Like, oh, Jettas,
like the Cooper
Jettas,
Kupp.
you know, like, oh my God, right? Like, throw to somebody else, bro.
We're getting to that. We're getting to that.
But I like how they're adding Thielen in there. They're starting to finally mix Cook back in there a little bit stronger. So I think I think we're going to start seeing some improvements out of Minnesota, but I think it's just been a disappointing start to the season that we've wanted to see.
Yeah, but let's keep it in the NFC North real quick with Seattle and Detroit, which honestly, offense city with the oh my god, just
Big 12 defense.
what? You can't say the two words together. Gosh, it's like.
But that's what it was in that game.
Voldemort.
The score 48-45. That was Big 12 defense.
Jared Goff, the best quarterback to lose a game.
High five. Way to find a sleeper quarterback.
Oh, thanks, man.
Oh my god, dude! Like, who saw that coming this year? But
Jared
dude,
Goff did.
Detroit is looking good this year. They're doing great by losing games by less than 5 points
Like they
once
normally do.
again. But they're putting points up. Yo, what did you see out of Seattle that you liked?
Geno Smith, Geno Smith is just you've been basically like, yo, dude, we're giving you this job so we could tank. And he's like, okay, so I get to do whatever I want without let's be honest though. This is a player's dream position right here.
And he's like, hey, I was a first rounder.
No, he
Like
could,
19
but
years
imagine
ago.
this. You go into a fan base that's expecting nothing of you.
Yeah.
And they're like, yo, dude, we don't care if you throw interception. Go have fun. We want you to play offense the way you want to play offense.
And you know the thing I like about it, though, is like whenever he showed up in Seattle as a backup, he just like started doing stuff with the community. And the community backs him 100%. They love Geno out there.
He's such a good guy. And Geno doesn't look too bad.
Bro, Geno actually looking like West Virginia Geno.
Oh, God.
Remember West Virginia Geno?
Dude. Chef's
Man,
kiss.
you couldn't tackle that guy in college. He was just slippery and would make nasty throws. And we kind of saw it in the first week whenever he slipped out and made that toss over the top to the tight end for like a 50-yard touchdown. Remember that?
Dude, it was beautiful.
Against Denver?
I don't like Russell Wilson. But speaking about Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos,
Well,
their game against Las Vegas.
it went exactly how I wanted it to.
Oh, how? How did you want it to?
I wanted Las Vegas to finally get their first win.
Oh, finally, God.
I
There's
mean-
no more undefeated.
Yeah, there is.
I mean, not undefeated, but losing. Oh, wait. No, there's one non-win team left.
the Houston Texans.
I do love that very much indeed.
So we have one team left that hasn't won a game, and we have one team left that hasn't lost a game. Trivia question for everyone on that one, huh? We already gave the answer to the first half of it.
Oh yeah,
We should all know who the undefeated team is left.
Jacksonville.
Ah!
Nah,
that was good.
Philadelphia
That
Eagles.
was good. Oh,
Oh
man,
my
Philadelphia.
gosh.
Okay, but who saw that coming? I saw that maybe they would start out maybe like 3-1, 2-2.
Project them to
But
win.
I didn't see him starting off so hot.
But we did project them to win the NFC this
And
year.
I think they will. They look,
That's one of our only few picks we were right on.
they look amazing right now. But no, Las Vegas beat Denver 32-23. What do you think is going on in the AFC West right now?
AFC West right now? Kansas City ruling the roost.
We talk so much shit in the offseason about KC. Like, no, this is like you going through like wide receivers, this, that, and another. And Andy Reid just comes out and he's like, hey, did I tell you guys I'm still coaching?
Cheeseburgers.
Give me some cheeseburgers, baby. I'm ready.
We're here to throw
I'm
bombs.
ready to run.
Travis Kelce.
We're going to run a bootleg to the right, do a slight 360, and just do a underhand toss to the running back in the end zone.
Yeah. God,
What
it's
the
just-
heck? I love it and hate it all at the same time.
Dude, it's amazing. I love it. I love it very much. Very so much.
Oh man, I got this client of mine. Super sweet lady.
Oh,
And she called today, and I couldn't get to it because I had a bunch of clients in house, and I didn't get a chance to talk to her last week. But she is a huge Iowa State fan, and I meant to give her a shout out about when we were talking about Kansas beating Iowa State because she would be livid about this. But her Chiefs are disgusting right now. They're
number one in the ESPN Power Poll.
They deserve it.
You want to give her a shout
But
out?
I feel like, oh man, I feel like I don't know if I should shout it out because it's just I think Philly's number one though in that.
Oh, Philly should be number one. I don't understand. They're undefeated.
We'll give her a shout out in a little bit, but
Oh Lord.
the next game I have for us to talk about is a very, very upsetting game if you're a Green Bay fan. You squeaked a win by a 1-3 Patriots that I say starting, but they're going to have to this week. Starting their third
Matt
string
Jones Jr.
quarterback, Zappe.
Have you seen the resemblance between them two?
Identical.
Oh my God.
Well, identical, but very, very close. But you know the thing I like about Zappe?
What?
He comes from Western Kentucky. And that team he came from was nothing but passing, son.
What's a run?
Oh my God! It was like if they could throw 600 yards a game, they were doing it.
and that's average.
But you saw it against Green Bay.
Zappe was slinging them.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like Zappe ain't nothing.
What is this? What is with this Bill Belichick pulling out random people?
You know what round he drafted Zappe in?
6th round.
7th round.
Oh, 7th.
He was the last pick that the Patriots had in the draft.
Oh, Zappe.
Take Mac Jones' spot.
No,
Green Bay 27-24. Tell me something.
Dude, that Green Bay offense misses Devontae.
Severely, but
And Devontae looks like they missed the Green Bay offense.
what do you think about their rookie wide receiver Romeo Doubs? Is he finally starting to show you something?
A little bit. I mean, he's a rookie, so I'm not going to crap on the kid too hard.
I think this was his first game that actually stood out to me, and he was actually starting to show something. Did you see the crazy catch he had?
Oh, yeah. It was a nice catch.
I say crazy catch. He had numerous crazy catches.
Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end zone catch where he kind of looked like a bobble around, but they gave him a touchdown on it.
Yeah.
Then he had another one up in the air. I'm telling you, man, Romeo Doubs might be a good pickup if he's still in your waivers.
It depends on what type.
But how about Aaron Rodgers? What are you thinking, man?
I mean, he's still showing that he could produce.
With limited materials as well.
Yeah, with half the offense he had.
He's using his running backs a lot now.
Oh, good for him.
And
finally.
Aaron Jones is producing.
I know.
Aaron Jones is looking amazing.
I need to make a trade for Aaron Jones.
That would be a good move if you had the players to make the trade with. I mean, even Dylan's killing it as well.
Oh my God, it's
My last
running back season.
My last game I want to talk about from last week is one that I think a lot of people thought would go the other way, but I had these guys picked to win, and that is the 49ers playing the Rams.
Oh,
Jimmy G!
No, bump Jimmy G. I gotta say a special thanks to you, Debo. To you, Debo.
Oh, Debo saved your ass.
Oh, I was about to take my first loss in the NFL league. I needed Debo to score me 33.8 points.
He was over at the house watching it whenever
34.6.
Remember he's over at the house, we was watching that first touchdown, and we was like, yeah! Debo!
I don't even have you on my team, but I'm curious.
Dude, I love Debo. I wish I could have drafted Debo in one of my leagues because he's one of them players that
boom bust.
Oh my, boom bust. He's like a boom almost every damn week though, because he runs, he catches, he.
Just depends on how much they use him.
I mean, I give you that. They probably got to give him a few rest games,
yeah.
But 24-9, bro. Not even a touchdown scored by the Rams. What is that saying about Matt Stafford and that trade for Jared Goff?
Like we said earlier, I still think Rams won for trading for Matt Stafford because Super Bowl.
Maybe because he fits that system better. Maybe because Jared Goff fits Detroit's system better.
Maybe. But here's the thing, though. Spread the ball out.
He tried, man. No one was catching the damn thing. He threw the ball to Allen Robinson numerous times. He just would not catch it.
Hold up. Let me.
Are you gonna pull up some stat?
I'm going to pull up some.
I mean, so think about this. In this season alone, he has had 4 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Matt Stafford has.
Okay, 1 minute. Let me stats.
Let's go stats.
So let's go with
because the only stats we have is 3 kicks.
Receiving. So
Allen Robinson.
Let's see. This is Cooper Kupp right now.
Okay.
This is Kupp.
Okay, so
he's had 54 targets
on the season.
Yes.
Okay.
And 42 receptions.
All right.
Let's just go like that.
So I mean,
I can actually look it up right here.
that's why he's getting thrown to so much because he catches the damn ball.
So the next closest
Yes.
on targets,
Yes.
38, Tyler Higbee.
I mean, get it, Higgs. Yeah, I got you on my NFL league. So like,
The next closest wide receiver, Ben Skowronek, with 16 targets.
wow. How many does Allen Robinson have?
He had. Oh, my bad. Allen Robinson has 18 targets with 9 receptions.
Okay, so he's 50%.
Yes.
So that's horrible. Catch the damn ball. If you catch the ball, he'll throw the ball. That's why he throws to Cooper Kupp and Higbee all the time, because they catch the ball.
No, because they have the motors.
Oh my God, dude. I will say this: the Rams are probably one of my more disappointing teams so far this season.
I mean, Super Bowl hangover.
Like Georgia in college,
Yeah.
still drunk.
They're still drunk on the juice. They'll find a way.
How about the Niners though, man? The Niners pulling off another dub, and guess
They're
what?
2-2.
They're 2-2, and I hate to say it, man. Jimmy G don't look horrible.
No, I mean better than Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Then again, we did get a small sample size with Trey Lance.
And plus, it was in the rain.
yeah.
And
So
plus, I mean, his next game was in the sun, but it really, I mean,
let's see.
It was
In
weird.
the NFC West, San Francisco is in first place.
there you go.
So
Hey, you cannot count Kyle Shanahan out. The dude is a scientist when it comes
to football,
to football.
I can't argue with that.
I mean, he's a scientist. Now, before we move on to last week's pick'ems, there's been some speculation of OBJ talking to Green Bay. Do you think anything comes of it? And there's also been speculation that he's been at the Giants Stadium, his old stomping grounds. I think that was just a visit, but I don't think he would
but
ever go back.
I think honestly, if he does go to a team besides Buffalo and LA, go to Green Bay.
Do you think he would go to Green Bay?
Oh,
'Cause, like,
if I was OBJ, I would go to Green Bay.
yeah, but the news was out before whenever Javonte Adams was still at Green Bay to get OBJ, and OBJ wouldn't go there.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to share the limelight. The only reason he went to LA was because who else wanted him?
Oh, who else wanted him?
Yes.
Other than Green Bay?
No, other than Green Bay.
I don't know.
Exactly. And who's more of a big name as of that point last year? Davante Adams or Cooper Kupp?
Cooper Kupp, because he was getting all the touches and all the touchdowns and everything.
But who?
Are you saying like
just
Davante Adams just carries more of a household name?
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Cooper Kupp breaking all the records last year, his name wouldn't be as much of a household name as it is this year?
Yes.
Okay, I can see your point on that. I don't know, man.
But that's just a theory.
I feel like OBJ, if he wanted to go to Green Bay, he would have went last year. And I think he likes Aaron Rodgers. I just don't think he wants to play with Aaron Rodgers.
I still have Buffalo getting him.
I would love for Buffalo to get him right now because we cannot keep a healthy receiver to save our life.
Oh, no.
But Buffalo was one of the other teams and in that conversation. So I really think it's going to be a three-man race. I think Green Bay is in the talks. But I think it's more or less like a Buffalo, LA, Rams type situation. I think it's just one of those two teams.
Yeah.
How about what are your this maybe I don't know. I want to get your thoughts on this one.
Go with it.
Dallas is running into a bit of an issue.
Oh, yeah. Which quarterback to start?
Cooper Rush is undefeated in all of his starts with the Cowboys. So, with that, if Dak is healthy, do you bring him back or do you keep playing Rush until the Rush is all out?
I mean, I was listening to. I've thought about both ways. One, Dak's your starter.
Of course.
You want to start getting him in rhythm as soon as possible. But also, like, if Cooper rushes, if he's on time,
I mean, he's rushing all over the place.
He's getting better and better each week.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, okay, so if Dak was 100%, are you starting Dak or are you starting Rush?
I gotta start Dak.
Really?
I gotta start Dak.
I think
At this point in the season, I gotta start Dak.
so. I'm kind of going to go the opposite way of you. I would run Cooper Rush And then there's going to come a game, I feel like, where you're going to start seeing it go sour.
Yeah.
You know, like there's going to a pick is going to happen, and then like another pick's going to happen, or he's going to fumble it or something. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then I feel like that would be a great time to insert Dak back into the picture. But I mean, shit, while Cooper Rush is winning things, I feel like maybe you should just keep him in there.
I like the Dak.
You do like the Dak, huh?
The Dak.
The Dak
attack.
Well, speaking on another note, let's go over some last week's pick'ems in the NFL.
I did a little bit better. A little bit.
A whole one better.
A whole one more win. I was 500. 500.
You were. Do you want to start off with a win, or do you want to start off with a different game?
I'm going to start out with the loss.
All right, let's
Which
go.
was my Philadelphia, not my Philadelphia Eagles.
You almost fly, Eagle fly.
I know, but against my Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville, listen to me. Just listen nice. Don't panic. That was the first. That was honestly the first real game we've played against the number one team in the league. We're still 8 points behind, and during a monsoon and all that, first time Trevor really ever faced like a awful weather. Would you say?
Yeah, I'd say that's probably his worst weather game.
Yeah, exactly. Mistakes are going to happen. Oh wow, we were still 8 points behind, and we're still in first place, and we got an easy win this week.
You're playing Houston.
Exactly. So calm down, Eagles. Congratulations. We'll see y'all in the Super Bowl.
Oh, is that you? Okay. Oh, really?
No, this ain't my prediction. I'm just saying it.
Okay.
Just as a fan.
It was a good game. It looked like Jacksonville was going to take it away early. I mean, they jumped. They jumped to a 14-0 lead. It was exciting. You know,
it was fun.
I'm not a huge Jags fan. I'm a Jags fan because I live down here.
Oh yeah.
And I've been here since they've been created. But like, it was nice to see them actually be a competitive team again. It just sucks to see Trevor Lawrence fumble it whenever he did. And
you really just hate to see everything about it.
It does suck, but. Philly 29, Jacksonville 21. It turned out to be a really good game. It was an exciting game. The next low-scoring battle that happened in the rain was the Buffalo Bills playing the Baltimore Ravens.
You take this.
Squeaker. I couldn't watch this game in the first half, bro. As a Bills fan, I was on edge. Like, hey, Josh. I know everyone's injured at wide receiver, but could you just put a little spiral on it and get it to him to where it doesn't get tipped at the defensive line? Like, what's up, bro? Like, the first half sucked. Thank God Baltimore is a god-awful second-half team because they jumped on Buffalo to a 20-3 lead at halftime. 20-3, man. Like, when your team's down 20-3 at halftime, you're like kind of like, hey, this game's over. Oh, yeah. Like, you're kind of like wondering, like, hey, can we really come back in this game? But thank God we got Josh Allen and Von Miller on defense. That second half, we shut them down. They didn't score a point in the second half, and we jumped to a 23-20 win. I'd say one of the biggest plays I saw was whenever Lamar rolled out at the end, and we drove him. Gregory Rousseau drove him back, and he made like a fade throw to Duvernay in the back corner. He looked open. He was open.
Yeah.
But freaking Jordan Poyer hit a beeline and intercepted that. I mean, like, that collision was insane at the back corner. I don't know if you got a chance to see that one.
Buffalo escaped one from Baltimore.
They did escape a win from Baltimore. It takes them to 3-1. Takes Baltimore to 2-2. I still think Baltimore is a very dangerous team.
Yeah,
they got a big matchup this weekend, but yeah, man, big win. It was exactly like the Philly game, except just we took the win on the road.
Next game we got is Mahomes versus Brady. I'm not even going to say the names. It's Mahomes versus Brady.
Young versus old.
And Mahomes took it to town. Tampa really did try to bring it back, but Mahomes just looked on a different plane of existence.
He did. And
when it came to that.
Oh my God, Mahomes he looked like I at one point I was wondering, like, is someone playing a Madden video game and calling this live? Because there's just no way that you do a bootleg like that, do a spin and a toss. You are falling down to the ground on third down, and your knee is almost like, I swear to God, like the fiber of grass was a millimeter from his kneecap, and he just tosses a little shot over the top for a first down. He played some of the nastiest football I've seen in a long time.
It was amazing to watch.
What was your thoughts on Brady?
I mean, looking at the stats, Brady wasn't that bad.
He wasn't that bad.
385 for three tutties. Like,
I think he got one of those throws in the first half, I think. Yeah, no, he got 2 touchdowns in the first half, wasn't it? And then he only got 1 touchdown in the second half.
Let's see.
Because I know he had 1 throw to
Mike
Evans. He had 1
Mike Evans.
Okay, so he had 2 to Evans and 1 to Fournette.
Yep.
Okay, so I mean, hey, bode well for my fantasy team, but I don't know, man. Maybe if they had like another 2 minutes, I think Brady could have willed them to a win.
No.
But dude, Mahomes in Kansas City for the first 3.5 quarters looked to be unbeatable.
Hey, are they going to be the team in the AFC this year?
I think it comes down to them in Buffalo again because both of those have shown there's 2 games, Tampa and Kansas City, and the Buffalo-LA game and the Buffalo-Tennessee game. Looking at all 3 of those games, those 2 teams, Kansas City and Buffalo, look to be the toughest teams in the NFL when healthy.
I mean, Miami looked like that too. But
You are correct. But from a proven track record stance, those 2 teams look to be
they
lights
look like
out.
the teams to beat right now.
Depth and everything.
So the next game we got, though, 2 of my rivals, Tennessee and the Colts, and that is the other one I lost. Matt Ryan might not be the answer in Indianapolis,
Well, they don't call him Matty Ice for nothing.
and it's not because has ice cold veins.
No, he is just ice ass cold.
Yes.
And it has come that time to where you just take your helmet off and you hang it up in your locker and you just say, hey, I appreciate you all putting up with my shit. I'm going to retire now, so maybe you could win a couple games because you'd have been better off keeping Carson Wentz at this point.
Oh,
I know that's what I'm saying, though, but like the way they're looking right
speaking
now.
about the Colts for their game coming up this week, which they play against Denver.
I mean,
Jonathan Taylor's ruled out.
Jonathan Taylor is?
Colts rule out
Yeah.
running back Taylor for a game against Denver.
You know what's crazy is both starting running backs are out. Jonathan Taylor and Javonte Williams. Javonte Williams out for the season with a knee injury. How about
But
that
that's a little.
Well, you brought up Denver.
Yeah.
But, no, going back to Tennessee and the Colts, where's Derrick Henry at, man?
Derrick Henry had a game this game.
I know, but just 24-17. I'm used to seeing Tennessee putting up more points.
Oh, yeah. Let me see if I could.
Let's see. What did Mr. King Henry have this past
I was
weekend?
about to say, I was looking at the stats and it said 306 yards. I was like, holy shit.
There ain't no way he had
There
306
ain't no
yards.
way. I would have been hurt about that.
Oh, my God. Like, someone's fantasy would have been, like, blown up. I did this.
Derrick Henry ran for 114 yards.
So he had
with
100
one tutty.
Okay. So, I mean, well,
But you
he had a game.
like let me break down some of the. So rushing, that was against Las Vegas.
Yes.
85 yards. Against Buffalo, 25. Against New York Giants, 82.
So do you think maybe, like, is this kind of like the time we think he's going to finally take off? I mean,
I
114
hope
yards
not.
was nice.
I hope not.
24-17 Tennessee over the Colts. So finally the Colts are now 2-2. They're finally pushing their way back into this thing a little bit. So
Yeah.
so you and so Jacksonville and Tennessee are tied for first right now.
Yes.
And you guys have the slight lead because of conference wins.
No, they also beat the Colts.
Oh, so basically you guys are literally at a deadlock tie for first place.
We're in first if you want to count points.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
But this week,
so you guys have a tie for first place with Tennessee right now. Colts and the Houston Texans are the shitbags of the division. You gotta be feeling good right now.
oh, dude, and we play Houston this week, so
You gotta be feeling real good right now.
oh, I feel amazing.
You're playing all your divisional games. It seems like right at the front of the season, so you're catching them all at the greatest time. Mm-hmm. You know, so Wow, 24-17. I figured it'd be a better game, man. I'm so disappointed in these two programs because these were supposed to be the two
The
premier.
elite of the trash.
Yeah, the elite of the trash. So, I went 4-0 this week, my man.
I went 2-2. I'll take 500. But guess what? It ain't how you start. It's how you finish.
Well, you know what? Let's start this thing off with next
And
week's
we're
pick.
still starting off awfully. Give me the first game.
Hey, you know what? This is a big game. This is the New York Giants playing the Green Bay Packers in London.
Oh, another London game. God
weeks
save
in
the
a
queen.
row.
I mean, king. Ooh, too soon.
Or is it a king? Ooh.
I don't know.
Ooh. So the Giants and the Packers. The Giants are pretty heavily injured right now. They do not have Daniel Jones. He may play. I'm going to go Green Bay since this is their first time playing in London. They are the 32nd team to finally play in an out-of-state or out-of-country game. I'm going to go Green Bay with the win, and I'm going to go Green Bay 17-10. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game because it's overseas.
So, Lexi, first of all, love you. I will never go against your Green Bay Packers for the simple fact of you're there. But I'm going with the Green Bay Packers also. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to find a way to win. I got him 24-20.
Especially with Daniel Jones being out, like I don't know what to expect. So I'm just going to take the safe pick on that one, and I'm going to go Green Bay.
As you should.
The next game I have for us is Cincinnati and Baltimore. This is a 2-2 team versus a 2-2 team.
For the first place in the division?
Yes, actually, this is for first place in the division. Cincinnati coming off a win over Miami after wrecking Tua's career. And Baltimore is coming off a devastating loss at home to the Bills. Who you got?
I got my man, Lamar Jackson. Need to get the bag, Jackson. It's his contract year. And then also, I feel like that loss to Buffalo is going to propel them to beat the Bengals. Mm-hmm. I think the Bengals are just too weak up front, not strong enough line, and still trying to find their groove offensively.
Okay. I like that. I like Baltimore in this game. I'm a big Lamar Jackson fan. I know we've talked about it, and I agree with you on the contract here. I'm going to go against you on this one. I'm going to go Cincinnati over Baltimore, and I'm going to go 35-24.
Oh, I didn't get my score. I'm going to give Baltimore 38-30.
38-30? So, I'm going to go Cincinnati, though. They're coming off 2 wins now. They're 2-2. I think they got some speed to them right now. The offensive line is starting to gel together. So, I'm going to go Cincinnati over Baltimore, and unfortunately, I think it's going to be another one of them games where Baltimore jumps out hot.
Oh, no,
and Cincinnati comes back.
Don't say that.
Baltimore is struggling in the fourth quarter this year. They have the worst. They have the number 32 defense in the league. Going Cincinnati over Baltimore.
I don't believe that, but let's go with this one. Miami versus the Jets.
Sneaky.
Technically, number 1 in division versus number 3 in division.
Technically. Or are they number 2? Have they already played a division game?
Yeah, they beat y'all.
No, I'm talking about the Jets.
No.
So, yeah, they're the number 1 team. So everything.
No. Miami's number 1.
Yeah.
Jets are number 2.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. And the Bills are number 3 because we haven't played any. We only played 1 conference game so far.
Oh, hold up, I gotta check. I don't think you're our number, but I could be wrong.
Miami versus the Jets.
No, you're our number 3.
They're gonna be.
Jets are number 2 because they're 2-2.
Okay, and they haven't played any conference games.
Oh no, they have. I thought they did.
Yeah, they haven't played. See, the one beautiful thing about Miami is they got to play 2 of their conference games at the very beginning of the season. With Tua. But without Tua, this is why I kind of picked this game is like Miami versus the Jets. This could be
Teddy Bridgewater's game to either throw away or.
And this could be Zach's time to shine or get shined by Miami's defense. So I'm going to go. This is going to be a bad decision. I'm going to go Jets over the Dolphins.
Ooh, you spicy today.
I'm going Jets over the Dolphins, and I'm going to say 24-17.
So I got Miami versus the Jets because the Jets winning the game is just crazy to me. And I got Miami going 28-14.
28. I mean, hey, you're giving the Jets 14 points, which is shocking. Now, from one team with a new quarterback to another team with a new quarterback, we have the Buffalo Bills playing the Pittsburgh Steelers this weekend. Now, they are down some players, but this Pickett character, they love him in Pittsburgh.
Oh, I don't know why, to be honest.
He played in Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah, he played in Pitt, but like...
So he played in the stadium. He knows the area. He's a Pitt kid. That's why they all love him there, and that's why he kind of flourishes pretty good there. Now, he went 10 of 13, but no passes hit the ground. 3 were picks, unfortunately.
Exactly.
That's that rookie stuff. But what I'm saying, though, is, like, I don't think they beat Buffalo at all. I think Buffalo wins this game probably 35-14.
Yeah.
But I think the Pickett to Pickens connection begins this weekend.
Oh, you think so?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. You have Pickens on your, what's it called?
So I'm going 35-14 Buffalo over Pittsburgh.
Okay. I got 42-10 Buffalo over Pittsburgh.
That bad of a spanking.
Oh, dude. Like,
So is it worth having any Steelers in fantasy right now?
no, I don't think so.
So even Najee?
No, not like
That's crazy.
I just don't have faith in the Steelers at all.
None-zo. All right.
What's the next one?
Last one I got is the L.A. Chargers
The Chargers.
playing the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, Lord.
Herbert looks to be coming back. I think he's throwing like every game this season over 300 yards. I'm up in the air in this game because like Cleveland has shown like they can play in games with Jacoby Brissett. But I'm going to go Chargers over Browns, and I'm going to go 38-33.
I'm going to go Chargers over Browns too, but I'm going 21-17.
Okay, so I can see right now if we have a lot of predictions that are the same, we're going to have to go by point totals.
Oh, no. This one, we have 2 different ones in NFL.
All right. But Chargers over the Browns as well, huh?
Yeah,
I just think they're a better team.
I just don't like the Browns. Like,
I hate the Browns.
like just all together.
Especially after, I'll be honest with you, especially after going after Deshaun Watson and they just have like no care for like anything. They're just like, hey, we'll just throw all kinds of money.
Yeah.
I lost
guaranteed money too.
I lost a lot of respect for the Browns in that notion.
Oh, yes, it was just god awful.
So our favorite time of the show has come.
Yo.
Well,
Yeah,
look,
have fun.
No, you had one bad game. Stop it.
That was my second one in a row. Oh, no, this one was shit. Godly.
We have an issue in fantasy football. Where are the fucking running backs going?
Dude.
Number 4. Where are the running backs going?
Dude, they're going to the farm.
Kamara injured. Swift injured. Cook went down last week. Thank God he played. Jamal Williams is in there. What's
JT?
Khalil Herbert's taking over in Chicago for I know I'm blanking on it right now.
Because I'll never pick him up in fantasy.
I'm blanking so hardcore right now.
Jonathan Taylor's out this Sunday.
Jonathan Taylor's out. So, I mean, like, what is going on right now? You got Breece Hall taking over it seems like the number 1 spot in New York Jets backfield.
Yeah. Dameon Pierce.
Dameon Pierce showed out last week finally, and thank God I picked him up in another league because I dropped him in one other league.
Yeah, and I feel bad for him this week.
But you got another young guy coming up right there. Javonte Williams going down with a knee injury as well. Rashad Penny, injury-prone man, is having the season of his life right now. So, I mean, we got a couple that it's just like, what? We went into this season thinking, like, specific running backs were going to be the deal.
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
Fantasy. Gotta love it. Now, let's talk about last week a little bit, and then let's get into our little bit next week. Last week, me and Jared played, and he got his revenge from the NFL league. if you want to explain that.
You crushed me last week. You
The week before last.
Yeah, the week before last. It was like sprinkling depression pills over a depressed person. It was like, hey, just keep having these. Like just a smothering of a ass whipping in fantasy football. I could do nothing right. And then it came to our ESPN league. You want to tell them about this?
So I had probably the worst week in all of our league last week. Had 3 people. And I know them off the top of my head. Score above 10 points. That was Joe Mixon.
Yep.
Zach Ertz.
Yeah.
And my kicker.
Yeah. It's sad when your kicker outscores like your running backs and stuff.
Yes. Tua unfortunately got hurt. I'm not going to say a lot about that.
It sucks for you, man. I wish there was one thing I kind of wish that they had in fantasy football though is like if you had a player get injured in like the first quarter
or mid game,
you could sub that player
and just take the point hit.
Yes. Well, you could sub the player for if you had another quarterback on your bench.
Yeah,
you could sub that player because it was a mid-game injury or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but I understand it's all part of fantasy. But
you just hate to see it. You want a competitive game.
You got that ass whooped though this week.
It was what
206 to 98, my man.
Yeah, dude, it was. But I'm coming back with a vengeance.
I had to flex like you flexed on me last week.
Oh,
so I was
dude.
like, I flexed back.
I flexed back
harder.
But who do you play this week?
This week I am on the fence against. Give me uno momento. I am.
Our buddy Gainey.
I'm projected to lose.
Oh, and
I'm projected to lose right now.
I play my wonderful, wonderful girlfriend. Called her. Shout out again, Lexi.
Yo, she's projected to beat you right now.
She's projected to beat me by 10 points.
No way.
10 points.
Look.
But I got a ringer. I got a ringer coming in tomorrow morning.
What you got?
I got my quarterback changing.
Really? You gonna put Trevor Lawrence in?
Oh, no. Trevor Lawrence is already in.
Oh.
I'm getting my man, the best 1-3 quarterback.
Oh, yes, I know. Oh, it's waiver wiring his ass tonight, huh?
Yes.
Oh,
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Hey, look, what I really need is, apparently it's going to be a pretty rough week for me because apparently I got to play against Cooper Kupp.
You need a prayer?
And Mark Andrews. So, what I really need... Do I have any Kansas City Chiefs on going against them? Oh, he's not got none. I was gonna say I need my lady Avis to start speaking some trash.
Avis, come on, give us something.
Hey, I cannot believe I'm projected to lose this week.
What is projections, to be honest?
Projections don't mean shit.
Exactly.
They don't mean shit.
Well, I've had a fun episode tonight, man.
I've had a blast, man. We've hit a lot of points tonight.
Dude, I hope y'all have fun. Remember, always play PICKEMS with us. Here soon, don't forget we are coming out with a contest. We're still coming up with the details on that, but stay tuned with that. And also a big shout out to the Sports History Network. You can check soon. We're about to have our own merch in the store they have over there.
Working on it.
But check out other content creators if you're big into the history of the sports. And yeah, Jared, hit them with the outro real quick.
Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. That's a big platform for us. We're trying to really get this thing blown up.
Oh, and then also,
not
to
hit it
cut
up.
you off.
No, get it.
Check our Apple, Spotify, Google, any major podcast platforms we are on. We'll leave a link down in the description so where you can find all of our stuff so you can listen to us on the go and whenever we drop out new videos. And it helps us a lot just being able to make better videos with better equipment for y'all.
And we're new at this. We're experimenting with stuff. So please, like Zach said, leave us a comment. Let us know what we can do better. Like this, what you're viewing us on right now is a newer camera to us. We were running it off a laptop at first. So we're growing with you growing with us. So please, like, comment, subscribe to our channel on YouTube, and check us out on all of our other platforms. And everyone, thanks for coming in tonight and listening to us. And don't forget to keep your playbook beside your side so you can have it with you for the next episode. And you all have a wonderful night. Thank you so much.
See ya.